When you visit the Common Core website and look at the standards in the areas of ELA and content area literacy, you will find them divided in this way. You have three main sections: K through 5, which is cross disciplinary, 6 through 12, English language arts, 6 through 12, literacy in history or social studies, science, and technical subjects. In kindergarten through grade 5, reading is divided into literature, informational text, foundational skills, and print concepts and phonological awareness. Cross disciplinary content area reading and writing are built in at those levels. At middle and high school, foundational skills drop out and content area literacy in history or social studies, science, and technical subject receives its own set of standards. The Common Core state standards include three appendices that provide additional information such as research based behind the standards, sample text and performance tasks, and sample student writing. The next slide will show images from those appendices. But before we leave this section, please do note the website of www.corestandards.org, where there's a lot of useful information that we have discussed today. In Appendix A, you will find research supporting key elements of the Common Core standards. Here you can learn more about text complexity, reading foundational skills, academic vocabulary, writing text types. Also, Appendix A includes a glossary of important terms in the standards. Appendix B is one document that you may want to take a closer look. It includes text exemplars, sample literacy, and informational text that meet the standards criteria for complex text. Here, you also will find sample performance tasks for each grade level from kindergarten through grade 12. Appendix C is another document that is very useful. It provides clear examples of student argument, informative, explanatory, and narrative writing. Here you'll find writing exemplars for each grade level, including annotations that explain how the pieces meet the standards expectation for that particular writing text type. Here is a visual representation of the design of the ELA content area literacy standards in the elementary grades. The English language arts standards are subdivided into four main strands: reading, writing, speaking, and listening, and language. The reading strand consists of standards for informative text, literary text, and foundational skills, including print concepts, phonics, and fluency. At the upper grades, there are specific ELA standards for reading, writing, speaking, listening, and language. Additionally, there are separate content areas standards for reading and writing. Foundational skills drop out in grades 6 through 12, both ELA and content area literacy. Understanding the ELA framework within the English arts, within the English language arts standards are four strands: reading, writing, speaking and listening, and language. Each strand is organized around a set of college and career readiness anchored standards that are grouped into two, three, or four categories depending on the strand. The standards for English in integrated model of literacy, the standards for English language arts also include additional standards for literacy in history or social studies, science, and technical subjects for grades 6 through 12. This highlights another central idea in the Common Core state standards that all educators in the school have a shared responsibility for student literacy development. Media and technology blended throughout, the standards also place a strong emphasis upon media and technology, but do not call them out separately. Instead, media and technology are integrated into the strands, for example, through use of digital text and online research. What's not in the standards? These standards are simply an agreed upon set of expectations. They take what is best and most rigorous from state standards and apply them to all students. Each state, and within each state, each district will determine how and in what time frame to build upon lessons and environments that make it possible for students to achieve these goals. In addition, the standards lay out 85% of what should be covered. So states have the ability to add up to 15% of content in their implementations. The Common Core state standards clearly support the idea that teachers know their students best. The standards do not provide explicit support regarding how to help struggling readers and English language learners to meet the established criteria. Next generational assessment. Now, I've mentioned the next generation assessment that are going to be aligned with the Common Core state standards. It is critical that we connect our instruction to assessment and use the data from the formative assessments to inform our teaching throughout the year. So, what are next generation assessment? There are two consortia of states, PARCC and Smarter Balanced, have banded together to develop assessment based on Common Core state standards. Although they have worked independently, the consortia have similar plans. Each consortium plans to provide an end-of-year summative test in math and ELA. In addition, there will be optional formative tests to inform instruction during the school year. Instead of being mainly multiple choice or selected responses, the test will involve a variety of question types, including constructed response, technology enhanced performance tests, which may require sustained reading and outside research. The test will be designed to be taken on the computer for students in grades 3 through 8 and high school, English, literacy, math. PARCC plans to have optional K through 2 formative performance tests. This new test, as I have said, will phase in during the school year beginning in 2014. Now, two very important websites are www.parcconline.org and www.smarterbalance.org. In conclusion, we are all in this together. Scholastics has expertise and leadership in serving all students from the youngest grades up through high school and beyond, as well as working with instructional and organizational leaders to implement this change. Thank you for listening, and this concludes this section.